Hello and welcome to Presstv News Analysis. I'm Atif. Pakistan experienced a violent day. Multiple bomb blasts killed dozens of people in northwest frontier province. Armed with guns, grenades, and bombs, the U.S. consulate in Pakistan's northwestern capital was targeted. And hitting a political rally, scores were killed in a separate bomb attack. Pro-Taliban militants claimed responsibility for the consulate attack, claiming it was to avenge a U.S. drone war on Pakistan's tribal areas and threatened further assaults on Americans. The ability of heavily armed militants to get so close to the U.S. mission and other military installations, such as the provincial headquarters of Pakistan's spy agency, will likely rattle the U.S. and Pakistani governments. Has the U.S. military presence made the region any safer? Well, this is going to be one of the questions we'll be asking our guests in the first half of this news analysis. Our guests are Atif Ali, Pakistan Movement for Justice from London, joining us. Also from Islamabad, we have Salim Saif ullah, who's the president of the Pakistan Muslim League, joining us from Islamabad. Gentlemen, thank you both. Let me start by our guest in London, Atif Ali. The apparently coordinated attacks, these are the deadliest so far this year, and one of them was the U.S. consulate being the target. What message do you think that's sending to the United States?
Well, what we are seeing today is a classic example of retaliation, or we say the result of direct result of collateral damage that is taking place through this America's war of terror, if you allow me to say. What the European and NATO forces are trying to sell the story to the world, that because of this terrorism, they are fighting this war of terror, and their presence is justified in Afghanistan. But Pakistani nation as a whole believe that the whole phenomena, especially this Pakistani Taliban phenomena, never existed before 2004. And this is what Pakistan Movement for Justice is saying, that what we see a phenomena like Taliban or inside Pakistan are in fact is a collateral damage, reaction to the collateral damage that has been taken place on the border of Pakistan. We have seen that these people who have begged their state to protect them, their lives, their honor, and they have been left to the mercy of this vicious crime against humanity, which is condemned by international law, is these drone wars that have destroyed the very fabric of the life in the Pakistan Northwest province. And what we're saying today is day by day more sophisticated, more determined attacks against U.S. interests inside Pakistan. And Pakistani nation as a whole believe that the very existence of this terrorism is due to the reason that the presence of foreign forces in Afghanistan. And this is what is spreading extremism inside Pakistan.
Well, let me ask our guest over in Pakistan. We just heard Atif Ali speak about how the U.S. War of terror, as he categorized it and classified it, is really fueling more insurgency-related incidents, this being one of them. Is that how you see it?
Well, certainly there are linkages, and we should not forget that this war has now been going on for over 30 years. You see, it was in 1979 when first the Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan, and this trouble started. Followed by the rule of the Taliban, I think from 96 till about 2001. After 9/11, they were removed. So, you know, we've had in Pakistan a very ugly situation on our western borders. And because of this war, first against the Soviet Union, then now against the NATO forces, of course it's had its repercussions on Pakistan also. It's not only that we have serious, loss of life. Our economy is at the brink of breakdown. There's a total chaos in the country, and naturally, this is a result of the instability and the war going on in Afghanistan. And I think as long as the war goes on and there are foreign troops in Afghanistan, we will continue to have, especially on the tribal areas and the northwest frontier province, which is contiguous with the Afghanistan borders, and I think this will escalate. I don't think there's going to be any any relief for the people of Pakistan.
Let me ask Atif Ali, the state of affairs between Pakistan and the United States, it just seems like there has been a lot of tension that's been fueled. And I want to refer to the widespread media reports in Pakistan, of which they have said that there's been increased U.S. military and intelligence activity. They also have referred to the establishment of spy centers in the houses that are rented by U.S. Embassy in the capital, Islamabad. It seems like Pakistan does not like that, but that the United States wants to exercise its, in this case, spying into what's going on in Pakistan. Is that a valid reason, as portrayed by the media there in Pakistan?
Well, at the moment, if you look at the very powerhouses within Washington, we see there's a Mr. Richard Holbrooke, who want to a Pakistani solution, the solution that has been made within Islamabad that need to be exported to Afghanistan, and you see solutions coming through Pakistan military establishment. There are power factors within Washington's corridor who believe that there should be other countries involved like India and Russia to come up with a solution. What our party is trying to say is that any solution that comes through Pakistan, Afghan population and Afghan population only. The people of Afghanistan have the only right to come up with a solution which is acceptable by the people. What is going on inside Pakistan through the increase of intelligence services, especially in the urban area, we see that there's a hidden motive, there's more to it, what we see on the surface in form of this war of terror. We have seen there are more and more secret detention centers are popping up inside urban cities, especially in Lahore. There are more than 40 or 50 known detention centers inside Lahore. We have seen there are more military intelligence cooperation inside Pakistan, which is focused towards Pakistan and Pakistan only. There are 8,000 people have been missing, and nobody is trying to, the state is not taking the responsibility for citizens of Pakistan. There are 3,000 people have been killed in the suicide bombing, and even more have been killed in the drone attacks, and the state is still unable to implement the law and order and give any sureties to protect its citizens against foreign intervention. We see there's a broader agenda, not just Afghanistan is just a part of a bigger strategy. And we see that this whole violence will escalate more, as my colleague has just said. But unfortunately, my colleague forgot to mention that these are the direct result of our former dictator ruler Pervez Musharraf's unconditional loyalty to American and NATO agenda in Pakistan.
Okay.
And even today, the government is following the same line. It should detach itself from this current American policies and should take a pressure and protect its own citizen and take an independent decision to protect its people.